Around the Table on Harrison's Original, KHOZ.
And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It's a Thursday here in the neighborhood. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, Ann Lindley.
Well, good morning, Dan. How are you this morning?
I'm doing just fine.
I want to clarify something that was in our Today in History yesterday that we questioned about Amelia Earhart, and I looked it up. So it mentioned that she was the first female to fly across the Atlantic.
Right.
But as a passenger, which is correct. In 1928, she did fly across there as the first female as a passenger. But in 1932, she did the same thing, but as a pilot. And so she did that solo, did she not? Yes, she did.
Okay.
So there is your clarification. And even if Dan and I are the only ones who care, which could be. But anyway.
Okay.
There you go.
Sometimes we have fact checkers. Fact checkers.
Well, I had to fact check myself because we questioned it. So
Well,
now I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say anymore.
So does those things kind of stay in your head until you
I have to go
get them straight?
I do. I have to go research and find out. You know?
Cheers.
Cheers to you, bruh. Bruh. Well,
I had a very relaxing yesterday.
I'm so glad.
Took a trip to Fayetteville and kind of had a relaxing.
Did you go shopping?
We went to a thrift store.
Okay.
Now that everyone that went with us loves thrift shopping.
Well, there you go.
And I love going into these places because sometimes you find a jewel.
You do.
I mean, you find something, you go, wow, why isn't people scarfing this thing up?
But what appeals to you may not somebody else,
someone's
right?
junk is someone's treasure.
Right.
And I'm a treasure hunter.
You know, we went to a flea market yesterday too, so I kind of
Did you really?
That.
Yeah.
But you got to just they're a little overwhelming for me.
Mm.
Do you ever find that?
What do you mean that they're overwhelming?
Well,
Too many
there's
things?
just so much to look at.
Well, yeah.
And you just kind of scan and go.
Yeah, but you could put your mind in neutral, and you just kind of.
Are you able to do that? Put your mind in neutral.
It is so therapeutic for me.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Because I'm looking at different things. First off, you're gonna laugh.
Do you know what you're looking for?
I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for the eclectic thing that I can say, I can use that in one of my Star Trek episodes. Something that no one would. It would be so out of this world, bizarre looking, and I go, that's a cool shape or whatever. And I'm always looking for jewelry brooches, round, big brooches.
I'm thinking I have some
reason.
somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that might win you a Nobel Peace Prize, Dan.
It might.
I don't know.
I have one of those at home. I showed you my Nobel Peace Prize.
You did. It was quite profound, people. That's all I have to say. It was, it was so impressive.
All right.
Anywho.
Yeah, we went out. We did some shopping. I went out and got my TSA.
That's right.
Approval, whatever. I don't know what it is. You pay money and you get.
It's pre-check.
Is it?
What is it for? Okay, well, you don't know what it's for?
You don't have to go through the body searches and all that.
It's TSA pre-check.
Okay. They just say go to
there's a separate line for the TSA pre-check, and you get to be first even when the group's behind, if there's another group.
I always want to be first.
Let me tell you, though, some of the countries you go in don't have that at their airport.
Oh, I'm
now,
sure,
some of the ones you're going to in Scotland probably do. But some of the foreign countries don't.
So you have to wait. You have to wait behind the goat
with all
that's
the
being
people.
checked in first.
Yeah, you do.
And it was very quick and painless. You had to get your fingerprints done. You know,
Yeah.
fingerprints, and took a picture of you. You couldn't smile, and you couldn't
Yeah.
have glasses on. Take your
Yeah.
glasses off and don't smile.
Yeah.
Be grumpy.
Well, and a lot of them now, you give them your passport, like at border, whatever, and there's a camera there that'll just scan your face.
Well, you're not smiling for those things
No,
anyway.
exactly.
So so they want you to look as close to. Well, with face recognition nowadays, I mean,
They ought to be able to.
they ought to be able to figure out who you are just by a scan
Yeah.
as you're moving, as you're blurred.
When you're walking down the line to the TSA pre-check.
I mean, if you watch Mission Impossible, they do that all the time. Tom Cruise, I mean, they've got the technology.
No.
He can open that guy. You know, we've been binge watching Mission Impossibles, and you know they say we've got to be there in 5 minutes, and when they get there, they've got 25 suitcases full of technology, and guns and scanners and a thing that will make a latex mask that looks real.
Right.
I want to work out with those guys. I want to. I want to go on a mission.
You want to be on a personal
I want to be
level
an
with them?
IMF mission with them.
You do?
Yes.
Maybe you could be like hanging from the ceiling and drop down and like that's in number one, I guess, where he was doing that, and left his knife. Dork.
Well, it wasn't his knife. It was his buddy.
Well, okay.
Who was always carried the knife around.
The one sweating bullets.
And he had to have a knife to kill that rat that was.
I know, right?
In the air duct.
I know.
Wow.
Y'all need to go back and watch Mission
And then
Impossible.
and then he had a little piece of sweat on his eyeglasses, and it just started to drip, and he caught it. Just
It was amazing.
And if it was going to hit the floor, I mean,
the whole mission would have been blown.
That 2-hour movie would have been 10 minutes long.
For real.
Yeah.
And if you're listening right now, you may wish this dialogue had only been 2 minutes long. I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We went to watch the latest Mission Impossible. You know, the one where what did he do? He was in a biplane, and he jumped from one biplane to the next, and
he does his own stunts, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it
now,
is.
I don't know about that, how all that was pulled off.
Well, he had wires, and they erased the wires. I mean, frame by frame, you have to erase all that stuff.
Right. But it was still impressive.
But I think in number 6, where he jumps from one building to the next, and he doesn't quite make it, and it hits him right here in the chest, and he breaks his ankle. Actually, breaks his ankle.
Oh, in real
life, yeah.
Wow.
And that was the last scene of the movie. And the thing only lasts, 10, 15 seconds, maybe even less than that. Mm-hmm. And you go, dude, I think you could have had an AI guy do all that stuff.
I think it's really interesting how many takes and all the process they have to go through to get that one shot.
Yeah, especially action film. I mean, you can get through a scene real quick if you're just dialoguing.
Right.
But if you've got fire, and especially when they do a scene in the rain, I'm like, come on. I mean, and you're out. Do you have? I know they have rain machines, but sometimes that they're not. It's not rain. It's raining out there.
Right.
Ugh. Anyway,
Oh, the intricacies
nightmare.
of movie making and
almost as intricate as
stunting.
doing a morning radio show. Oh,
for real, Dan.
not
for
quite.
real.
Not quite, but almost.
This is challenging,
Oh,
people.
this is
You have
horrible.
no idea.
This is so intricately challenging.
Yep.
It sure is. By golly.
Okay, that's
Anyway,
enough about that.
Had a good day yesterday. Anyway,
Good, I'm glad.
today though, it looks like it's going to be sunny,
Yay!
and I think we're going to be going into a heat trend with our weather forecast.
Yesterday started it. It was a little humid outside.
Yeah, it's humid right now.
So what?
Now this is Juneteenth, right? It says
Yes.
Juneteenth.
The 19th of June.
Is it? Are we celebrating one day? Is that what that means?
Yes.
You know what Juneteenth is?
Isn't that have to do with the
Emancipation
Emancipation?
Proclamation. I
Yeah.
think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today for Juneteenth, I'm just going to go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sunny with a high of 88. And then tonight's mostly clear with a low of 66. Tomorrow, Friday, sunny with a high of 92. And, heat. We're getting into the heat index values now. As high as 100. And then Friday night, low of 73. There is some slight breeze going on. Saturday, sunny with a high of 92. Saturday night, clear with a low of 72. And then take it for Sunday.
Sunday, it looks like it's going to be sunny once again with a high of around 93 degrees. Sunday night, low 72. And I'm sure the humidity is going to be extremely high. Monday, sunny with a high near 93. Monday night, low 72. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, looks like a 20% chance of rain moves into the area on Tuesday with a high around 91, and then also 91 for Wednesday. So
boom chakalaka.
look for it to be a little hot.
Hot and humid.
Hot and humid outside.
Oh, why don't you talk like that for the whole show?
Yes.
Daniel?
Okay.
Shall we?
I wonder how many different dialects there are in England. I know that there's Cockney, and then there's the really aristocrat English, all that stuff.
Yeah, you're going to come back talking like I don't know what.
I don't know. I'll talk. You'll know that my accent will be changed because I'll wear a kilt.
He's going to come back in a kilt. He's going to be talking like a Scottish person and with an Arkansas accent.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, let's do some topics to ponder.
Okay.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
We've got some good responses on this one already.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. If your body could talk, what would it tell you to change?
My underwear.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry.
Girl, please.
It happens. Sometimes
so
those things
funny.
just... Sorry.
Now, is that your answer, or are you just trying to be funny?
I don't have an answer. I really, what would it change? I don't know, maybe not pushing through things that I shouldn't push through. Do you know what I mean? When you have a pain or when you have something. Like, that's why this had gotten so bad, because I just kept pushing through.
Pain.
I didn't
which goes along with the question we asked yesterday. Do you wait or do you ask for help?
Well, I waited on that one.
You waited too long on that.
I waited too darn long.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, we do have some people.
Please sit up straight. That's a good one.
Oh.
That's a good.
Okay.
Do you want to read them or do you want me to go ahead?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead if you've got them.
Probably ask, why do you keep doing this to me? And quit smoking and get up. Okay.
Yes.
Robert, must you do this to me every day?
Every day.
Yes. Quit smoking was another. And Hillary's like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's funny.
Well, that's funny.
Bob Creamer will send us some, but his is always in a message, so his doesn't get read because I don't go back and look at that. I mean, we read it, but we don't.
Bob, we want your
put it on here.
Comments to be public. So
yeah, put it on the page, not on a message.
Put it on a reply instead of a message.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was surprised.
What about you?
What was the question? If your body could talk, what would it tell you to change?
Yeah. Before you go on, I want to know.
Oh, I don't know.
Anything?
I would say get up and exercise. Yeah, because
you used to work out.
I used to work out, and I have not. And every Sunday night, I say I'm getting my gym bag ready, and I got to get up an hour earlier.
Yeah, you do.
Which keeps me from it, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It's laziness, really, because you want that extra bit of sleep.
Yeah,
and I should get up.
Whoa!
I should get up and go.
Well, there you go.
Because
keep talking to yourself. It'll happen.
I can tell when you get older, you have less endurance.
True.
You can't run as fast. You can't do things as long. So I'm seeing that happen. But to combat it is you got to keep moving. You got to keep going, and
it's important, people.
It is.
It really is. I mean, whether you're working out specifically or just walking or whatever, you need to be moving.
Yeah,
for sure.
Move.
Right.
All right. How about Today in History.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
We were slaves. We belonged to people. They sell us like they sell horses and cows.
Horses and cows.
Who was that?
That was Fountain Hughes. 163 years ago, Congress passed and President Abraham Lincoln signed a measure abolishing slavery in U.S. territories. It meant freedom for people like Fountain Hughes, who knew no other way of life. Exactly 3 years later, on June 19, 1865, Union troops commanded by General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston with news that the Civil War was over and that all remaining slaves in Texas were free, an event celebrated to this day as Juneteenth.
That's
and that
where,
is today.
Where that comes from. Good, good.
First to go into the death chamber was Julius Rosenberg. He wore an impassive expression on his face. Shortly afterwards, his wife Ethel entered the same death chamber.
Oh, boy. 1953, 72 years ago, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, convicted of conspiring to pass U.S. atomic secrets to the Soviet Union, were executed at Sing Sing prison in Ossining, New York. Reporter Ed Pettit was there. Wow. So don't be giving out secrets.
Yeah.
I dreamed that I could play in the NBA. Now I got a dream, an extra dream of playing in Boston.
38 years ago, University of Maryland basketball star Len Bias died after suffering a cocaine-induced seizure in a campus dorm. He was 22 years old. Just 2 days earlier, the Boston Celtics had delighted Bias by making him their first-round draft choice.
Okay.
What an unfortunate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I personally believe that the crisis is over, and I personally believe Kim Il-sung wants to be sure that the crisis is over. The next step, obviously, is to make sure that the agreements that were worked out between me and him are carried out.
1994, 31 years ago, Jimmy Carter returned from a freelance diplomatic mission to North Korea. He said that the country's leader had diffused tensions over the country's nuclear program, which had worried the United States.
OceanGate has faced criticism from a group of experts in the submersible industry who wrote a letter to the company in 2018 warning of possible catastrophic problems. One of those experts, Will Cohen, said the Titan hadn't passed safety standards.
There are only 10 vehicles in the whole world that can go 4,000 meters or deeper, and all of them are certified except the Titan.
While Wimmer mourns for his friend, he believes this setback will not stop other people from deep water exploring.
2 years ago, a submersible known as the Titan imploded in the Atlantic near the wreckage of the Titanic, killing all 5 people on board. CBS Roxana Saberi reported on the disaster. And I want to add, there is a documentary on that, and I watched that. He ignored so many red flags.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And just charged
He put too much trust in...
Charged on in his own fate, you know. Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Also, 8 years ago today, Otto Warmbier, a 22-year-old American college student freed by North Korea, died in a Cincinnati hospital. He was released in a coma after more than a year in captivity. President Trump lamented his death.
Yeah.
You see, I am not serving Dr. Huxtable. Okay? That's the kind of thing that goes on in a restaurant. Now, I'm going to bring him a cup of coffee just like he brought me a cup of coffee this morning.
Actress Felicia Rashad was born 77 years ago today. We know her best as Claire Huxtable from The Cosby Show. And the next one you can't do.
Can't do that one?
Nope.
Okay.
You want me to do it? You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rock singer Ann Wilson was born 75 years ago. She and her sister Nancy front the group Heart.
Okay.
And then 9 is okay.
Oh, let me do this one. I didn't do these earlier. Let's see. Maybe I'm...
Nope.
I can't do that one.
Then you think that time travel is possible for people?
Yes, it is. It is possible.
Ah, then I'm not crazy.
Actress Kathleen Turner was born 71 years ago. She earned an Oscar nomination playing the title role in Peggy Sue Got Married. And the next one is a no-go.
Okay. It won't let me do that. Let me see.
Let's say James and Lucy are having a typical affair. Lucy gets fed up, dumps him, takes the job in Paris.
This one is a birthday cut. Australian actress Poppy Montgomery was born 53 years ago today. Her roles include Unforgettable and Without a Trace. While some sources list her birthday as 1975, most say it's 1970.
I wish they'd
How does
put that on
Who
there.
cares
Who
about
cares?
that?
Wait.
Okay, we
No.
can't do that one.
Singer-songwriter.
Sorry.
Can you just stop them all?
Let's just do them all. There we go.
I don't even know if we're supposed to do this one. I don't know where we are. Rapper Macklemore. Okay, the first one was Paula Abdul. It's her birthday. And then this was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Rapper Macklemore was born 42 years ago, and Macklemore and his producer Ryan Lewis have been nominated for 7 Grammy Awards. And then lastly, do you have 12 or whatever this one is? 14?
Let's see.
Or do you want to do it?
You have a meeting with my teacher Monday.
What?
It's imperative that you both be there, she says.
Yeah. Actor Atticus Shaffer was born 27 years ago. Youngest child on the middle. Okay.
All right. That turned
fun.
out great.
That was just fun, Dan.
Okay, we have Matt Bell. We're going to talk about the upcoming concert and the progress on the stage there.
That
behind Creekside, yes.
And we may hit On Fire in the Sky, which is coming up pretty quickly, too.
That's really like a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
96.1.
Okay, guys, we have a show to do now. Just keep the conversation
Poor Matt. We've shushed
on
him
topic
twice now.
here.
Poor guy.
Am I here to do a mime interview? No.
Yes,
talking.
please. No.
Welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We have in the studio Matt Bell. So much going on. We found out that he mows the grass on the weekend, just like a regular person
Even on
does.
Father's Day.
Average
Even on
Joe, you know?
What'd you do for Father's Day? Were you pampered?
I was a father. Oh, I did get a snack bag for my kids.
What
was in it?
Munchos, you know, the chips.
Okay.
The potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
The Chester's puff corn.
Oh, yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cups, the full-size ones, not the little minis. I don't like the little minis. I want the full-size ones. And vanilla wafer cookies. Not the ones you put in banana pudding, but true wafer vanilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are those your favorites?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm old. I know. Like, my kids are like, you like those vanilla wafer cookies, you know? I'm like, yeah, they're good stuff. What do you mean? It's like...
The ones that are like, look like waffles on the outside?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They got chocolate, they got vanilla, they got strawberry.
And this happened to you as a child, though, right? When you ate them as a kid?
Oh, yeah, Grandma had them.
Yeah, and you that just stuck in your your psyche.
I've always loved them.
Forever, yeah.
Great.
Good deal.
No milk needed.
So so you had everything that you got this weekend was bad for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten all of it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm hammering it
Oh,
down.
you're like spacing it out. Good for
Yep.
you. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, summer's here, and you're busy.
We are hopping.
Now, tell us what happened at the airport the other day.
Oh man, we had a heck of a time down there, up the hill at the Boone County Regional Airport the last 2 days. Tuesday and Wednesday we had an all-female race, a pilot race.
Yeah.
And they started in Alabama, and they're finishing in Washington, I believe.
Was this a real
country.
race, or was
Yes.
it kind of a camaraderie type of thing?
No, I mean there's some that just do it for the camaraderie,
Okay.
but no, it's a competitive race. So
Okay.
there's 7 or 8 stops across the country that they go through, and they get timed as they're coming through.
Oh, okay.
And so we were fortunate. We were stop number 2. Well, then weather came in yesterday or Tuesday between here and Alabama, so they had to bypass stop number 1, which was in Mississippi, and come straight to Harrison and then overnight. So we had 33 airplanes, I think,
Yeah,
on there,
that's what-
34 on the taxiway or on the
That's
ramp
cool.
there, and they stayed overnight. We had to pick them all up at their hotel at 5 a.m. yesterday to get them back to the airport so they could fire up their birds, and it made for a long day and a short night's rest, but man, it was so cool. So they time them from place to place, and it's kind of like bowling that you have a handicap. So based on the engine in your plane or whatever, they do a handicap, and at the end, you may be the fastest one there or the first plane there.
Yeah.
But the last one to come through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's whoever has the best time from stop to stop to stop. So it could be any bird.
But what a fun event.
That's funny.
And they fed them all yesterday, or whatever. I don't remember what day they took all that.
Yeah, we had Neighbors Mill.
So was Harrison a good host?
Western Citizen. Yeah. And we are in the running for Stop of the Year.
Oh,
nice.
So we're hopeful that we get that award. All the pilots were blown away. I mean, we had to pivot last minute. We didn't realize we were going to have 30-something planes staying Tuesday night. We knew we could have a couple.
Plus hotel, all that.
But we got with Parks and Rec, and we were able to borrow their bus and get all the pilots picked up, because you can't just run private vehicles to pick up that many pilots. So we were able to use that bus to get all the pilots back, and we did it on a whim.
Did you know that you were going to have to do this? I mean, was it something they expected, or did you just do it out of the...
Yeah. We knew that if they were going to overnight, we were going to have to provide shuttle. So we had private vehicles. We had a handful of us that were like, oh, yeah, I'll take these 2, because they're flying in teams, usually of 2. So you got 2 pilots per plane. Well, when they come in, are you going to stay overnight, or are you going to go on to the next stop? Well, if they're staying overnight, hop in the rig. We'll take you to the hotel.
Okay.
So we were planned in that sense, and so taking them there was no big deal. But when all of them wanted to be picked up at 0500, that's what they kept saying.
0500.
Okay, that means 5
500.
a.m.
That's 5 in the morning.
So Matt was up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Everybody was so great, though. The entire team, the group of volunteers, we had 20-plus people volunteering, and they were there to
That's
crack it
good.
on. So
That's cool.
Well, that's
it was
a great
for our
event.
That's the stuff behind the scene that a lot of people don't get to see.
Yeah.
That really puts our best foot forward as a community.
Absolutely, and it was a blast. I love any time I get to work with Judy Mack at the airport. It's just we always have a good time. Her and Steve Dillon up there.
She's
they
a
do
corker.
Wonderful job. Yep.
Yeah.
Now that's what's
Love her.
been. Now what's coming up?
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is next Friday we have Tyler Farr in concert with Sadie Bass. You know, she's got a new release out there, a new song.
I've been seeing some info about her.
Yeah,
so.
she is something.
Phenomenal.
I mean, she is truly an up and comer, and we couldn't be more fortunate in our timing with that release coming out and her coming to Harrison. I think she's going to do a live interview here with the Z2 in the next day or so.
Cool. Yeah.
Wow, good.
So we got her. We got Chris Luneau and the White Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then we have Sadie Bass, and then we have our main act Tyler Farr. Gates are opening Friday the 27th, so next Friday. The gates will open at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
You have until tomorrow. So Tyler Farr, he's a father, you know.
You
We're
bet.
talking about Dad's Day the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
So buy one, get one. If you go to creeksideamp.com, you can get a VIP or a premium seat right now. Buy one, get one free, so half price.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the coupon code is Father's Day.
Father's.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Do you have to be a father to
we
take
wanted
advantage
to
of
run
that?
it just on Sunday. What's that?
Do you have to be a father to take
We
advantage
would
of that?
prefer that fathers be the ones that
Okay.
are being
Just asking.
gifted it
Right.
or
Just
taking
asking.
advantage of it. But
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna know? Who's gonna
Well,
know?
don't say that.
Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
Yes, you need to be a
But,
father.
Yeah, so it was just one of those things that randomly came up. Hey, you know, let's celebrate our fathers in the area. And so we started that. It launched on Sunday, and it closes actually tomorrow
Okay.
at 11:59 p.m. That coupon code goes away. So if you're wanting a ticket,
Ooh.
now is the time to get a ticket.
Okay. Father's Day is the code.
And there's the VIP seating area is selling out.
Good.
It's
Good,
people
good,
want
good.
that
But you
VIP.
still have some availability.
Yeah, we have some VIP left. We have more premium than we do VIP, of course. So,
Yeah.
VIP front and center.
Sure.
Premium is going to be that mid tier, and then general admission is going to be the one.
Well, every seat is a good seat.
Yeah, you're not
Well,
gonna
you
have a bad seat in
bring
the
your
house.
own seat too.
Bring your
Let's
own.
mention that you need to
Yeah.
bring your own lawn chair or whatever
Bring
you
a
want to
chair,
sit
a
in.
blanket.
And can they bring snacks? You have food truck?
We have food trucks out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Pappy's, we have Bella's, we have Emerson's, which is going to be like your corn dogs and funnel cakes, you know, that kind of jazz. And then we've got, I don't know, there's a drink one out. I'm drawing a blank, but we'll have food out there on scene. So
Okay, perfect.
come hungry.
Yeah.
All right.
And make sure you well hydrate.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a
It's gonna
little
be hot
warm
and humid
this weekend.
probably.
Yeah, you can bring a clear water bottle. Bring as many of those water
Okay.
bottles as you want.
All right.
Bring them in. No backpacks or anything.
I was going to say, is there any stipulate? Like
No
some places
outside
are clear.
alcohol,
and you want-
obviously, because we're going to have a beer garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rules are on creeksideamp.com, so
Okay,
they're going to be
perfect.
universal for
Okay.
all concerts that we do out there.
Okay.
So once you know them, you know them. If you remember the concert that we sponsored at North Arkansas College, we copied and pasted their rules because they were very concise.
Right. They
clean,
thought about
to
it.
the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a copy paste. So if you went to that concert for, was it Zach Williams? I think it was it.
Yeah.
If you went to that one, you're good. You know what to do.
Okay.
What
bet.
not to do.
All right.
And that's
So
not
that's
all that's
next Friday.
happening. Because
The
something's.
Friday after,
Yeah.
we have the Fire in the Sky, the kinetic
Oh, yeah.
Fire in the Sky presented by Explore Harrison. So we're fundraising still for it. We've got a few more sponsors that we're waiting to hear back from. But it's the total investment for the show this year is $30,000 for a fireworks show and $10,000 for something special.
Oh.
We don't know what the something special is.
Can't tell you. Can't tell you.
But it's already
If
You have to
you've
be
been
there.
coming every year, you know the fireworks show is great.
Yeah.
But listen, if you decided, I'm going to stay out in the parking lot, or I'm going to watch it from First Baptist or First Community
Uh-oh.
miss
because
it.
of the crowd, but I could still see the fireworks, you will not see what we have in store for you
Matt's
this year.
doing a wet T-shirt contest.
You need to get down there. I am not doing the wet T-shirt contest. We do have the frozen T-shirt contest,
Yeah.
which
Yes,
many
yes,
people
yes.
often confuse for
Wet
the
T-shirt
inappropriate.
contest.
Yeah. But we still have that. We got the Buckets Hot Wing Eating Competition. We got the DQ Ice Cream Eating Competition, and we got the Impact Tees Frozen T-shirt competition. So those will be going on down there. We got 7 South taking the stage. They're crushing it right now.
Yeah.
They're touring all over.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
good.
Those
yeah.
guys are, I mean, just hammering it out right now.
Yeah.
And then Boy Scouts will be doing their posting the flags. You know, everything's the same. Oh, the Cake Shop Children's Parade that morning.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Square
right. Yeah,
Friday morning.
Yeah.
That's just so much information in my brain right now. But I cannot emphasize enough. It's not the same old fireworks that you saw last year. Or the year before.
Oh, wow. It's something special.
So we're going to be impressed.
We got the $30K for fireworks thanks to our sponsors, but we got something a little bit special for the crowd this year, and I want everybody
That's
to get
exciting,
out there. I'm
Nate.
pumped. I mean, I'm
good.
I'm excited. You know, I always
You
get
want to
excited
just
about
tell
the
us what
fireworks,
it's
but
about?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show.
Oh, we're not the first to know. Never mind.
You're not loosening up your tongue for that one,
I
are
ain't
you?
spilling the beans.
Oh man,
no, it's pretty. It's going to be pretty awesome, and I think that we're going to build on that for years to come.
Perfect.
Good.
It won't
This
be a
is
one-off.
exciting.
I'm super excited. I'm like a kid right now.
After the kids show, I mean, after you get finished with July 4th, you don't get to breathe either because you've got something else.
And we got
boy,
3
yeah.
weeks later,
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
hop right on stage again. We got Saving Abel coming to Harrison.
We'll let you come back and talk more about
oh my
that closer to time. But
when do I get a vacation?
You don't.
There's a balloon fest coming up too, right?
September 10 through 12, we have the 30th annual Hot Air Balloon State Championship. We have 30 balloons, which will be
Already.
an all-time record. We have a waiting list. We were our capacity is
People
30
like
balloons.
Harrison, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming
That's a good
out.
place.
We got them from all over the country this year. Hot air balloons. So
That sounds great.
That's wonderful.
Where can we find a schedule of events?
go to exploreharrison.com, click on the events tab. It'll show you everything that's going on in the community. And if you've got an event that's going on in the community that we're not made aware of, share it with us. It's a free resource for the community. We love to put everything on there.
Sure, yeah.
We've got an event even for a church, the Mother Mary of God Catholic Church. They're doing their Corpus Christi event.
That's this weekend.
It's this weekend. It's their flyers on there. I don't care what event it is.
Sure, yeah.
Give me that
It's a
flyer.
great
We'll put it on there.
resource.
It's
That's
awesome.
where I get a lot
Thank
of
you.
information. So
Yeah.
that's very much
We
appreciated.
we steal it from you.
I call it additional promotion.
Additional
of events.
yeah, everything's a promotion.
It's like the ink pens that we have our logo on that everybody walks out of our office with.
They think they're
it's just
stealing it, right?
promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
Well, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
Lots going on, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you being here
I'm pretty amped
to
up.
enlighten. You are amped up.
Yeah. Well, check out this weekend. Tyler Farr is going to be there with Sadie Bass.
Or next weekend.
Or next weekend, and then Fire in the Sky coming up. What day is that? The 4th.
July 4th.
On the
Friday
4th.
the 4th.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks, Matt.
Always a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
We're going to take another break. Stay with us. And welcome back to Around the Table. We pinned Matt Bell to the wall, and he gave up the goods on what's going to happen.
We have the scoop, and we want to share with you that we're not telling.
But we can't tell. I'm telling you, phenomenal.
You're going to want to be there.
Oh my gosh, you'll want to be there.
It's new.
No joke.
It's fascinating. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But we
I can't. I got to tell him.
Dan,
I can't.
You are in confidence that you would not divulge.
I can't do it.
No, we won't tell.
But you will not be disappointed.
2 weeks, you'll find out.
If you go to Fire in the Sky, you will not be disappointed. You'll be going, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that's the response.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay, so a plastic lid was removed from a bear's neck.
Okay, plastic lid.
Have you ever seen pictures of like bears who've gotten in a bucket and all that? They get their head stuck in. Well, this poor black bear in Michigan who had a giant barrel lid stuck around his neck. I don't know how they got the rest of the barrel off, but okay. He wore that thing for 2 years. He likely got that way trying to eat whatever was inside the barrel. It was first spotted on a wildlife camera in 2023. And when the Department of Natural Resources found him this spring, they eventually tranquilized him and removed the lid. He's fine now, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, poor guy.
But,
He was just
he was
hungry.
able to eat, and it didn't stop him from that. But, yeah, I'm sure he was glad and relieved.
Yeah.
Bears get that way.
Yeah.
To have that thing gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever been on social media and you see a post where somebody has died, and you go
look it up.
Wow, and you look it up and you go, they're not dead. Why? Why do people do that? But anyway, if you've seen this recently that Hulk Hogan has died, no, he's not dead. He's just in the hospital to fix a neck issue from his wrestling days. And I think of those wrestlers, and even though it's a performance art, they still have to do physical things, and they slam their bodies, and
it's got to be bad on your joints and your.
Yeah.
I think about people's necks.
Your necks and your back and everything.
How bad that is for you.
But somebody on the internet jumped the gun and started reporting that the Hulkster had days to live. It even fooled some of the Hogan family who rushed to his bedside to say their goodbyes. He's 71 years old, also had some neck surgery last month. Word is he's up and moving around.
Have you played that telephone game where you like whisper something? You whisper something.
Oh, yeah.
And go around a group, and by the end of the group, it's like a totally different message.
Different story. Yep.
Same thing, kind of, with this, I think.
Yeah, we've reported on this story before about these toxic worms.
Yeah.
They're all over the country, and they're calling it an invasion, and they're called hammerhead worms. They usually hide out underground eating other worms, so they're kind of cannibalistic, I would assume. Soaking up rainstorms have made the foot-long invasion critters foot-long. That's
long.
That long, yeah, foot-long critters. They originally came from Asia. They're surfacing, especially in Texas, where they're everywhere. They can secrete a toxin that'll give you a nasty rash. You can't kill them. And since they can grow a new head or body by just chopping them in half, instead you've got to freeze them for at least 2 days or brine them in salt and vinegar. So that's how you kill them.
If you don't have anything to do, you can go dig for these worms and put them in something to kill
Yeah, go
them.
fishing with them.
I don't know, man.
I could see where you could have one worm and fish all day.
Yeah. Have you watched all the Oceans movie, like Ocean's 11 and all that, where they robbed the what am I trying to say? It just completely went
the
blank.
casinos?
The casinos.
Casinos,
thank you.
yeah.
Well, 7 California men have been charged in the largest jewelry heist in American history. They're accused of stealing 24 bags of jewelry from Brink's truck that was stopped at a gas station back in 2022 while the driver was sleeping inside.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't use any weapons, while the total value of stolen items, which includes Rolex watches, emeralds, diamond earrings, and amongst other things, was about $100 million. Officials say they can be tied to at least a dozen other truck thefts. If convicted, they face 15 to 20 years in prison.
Yeah.
So they got busted.
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 Yeah. And, we've talked about how judges react to people that come into their courtroom. A Texas judge was not laughing when a man showed up in the courtroom in a T-shirt that said, "World's Best Farter."
Come on, people.
The word farter was scribbled out, and father was written underneath it.
Oh.
But the judge was not impressed. She said that the only shirt that had that's the only shirt you had in your closet. Dress code for the court says appropriate business attire, which this was absolutely not. The judge said you're in felony court. You need to dress appropriately for felony court, and that's not appropriate.
Do you think people feel like they're above the law in that? I don't have to be respectful of the rules.
Some people are just a little bit rebellious when they get caught. They're defiant.
Right.
Like, why did I've seen these videos where somebody's pulled over for speeding, and they say, well, there was several people in front of me that were speeding. You just grabbed me.
That's kind of narcissistic
you targeted
answer,
me,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Self-driving taxis are coming in New York City. I have a friend here in Harrison who I saw a video this morning. She was the passenger, and there was no driver. I don't know where they were. I don't know where it was. They travel a lot.
You don't think
so
that she
wasn't here?
She wasn't a postal service person?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because they put the
no.
Okay.
And it was quite interesting, and she said I wasn't scared at all. Is what?
Okay.
But I thought I would be a little skeptical about a car driving without a driver in there,
especially if they go 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be a little scary.
So it's one thing to test out autonomous cars in a place with wide open spaces, but now Waymo wants to try self-driving taxis in New York City. Google's applied for a permit to deploy a small fleet of them in Manhattan starting next month, but they'll have to start with human drivers since autonomous cars aren't exactly legal in New York.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay, whatever.
Yeah. We're going to take another break. We got one more to do before we end the show, and we'll be right back with more for you from Around the Table with Dan and Ann. Stay with us. And welcome back to our final minutes of Around the Table. Thanks so much for being a follower. And if you're not a follower and you would desperately love to be one, then go to our Facebook page and just click that button where it says follow.
We would love to have you as a follower.
Yeah,
and
we don't
keep abreast of what's going on.
Yeah, we don't really aren't impressed by numbers.
No.
But, you know, we want you to be a part of what we do.
Well,
so.
we hope that you enjoy what we do and you like to be the first to know and you get notifications and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me notify you that the Bus family is selling the Lakers.
Who is?
It's the Bus, B-U-S-S.
Okay.
Maybe the most interesting thing to come out of the Bus family sale of the L.A. Lakers is just how much the team is actually worth now. The late Jerry Buss, I hope that's how I'm saying that right.
I'm sure you are.
Paid $68 million for the Lakers in 1979, and now his kids are selling a piece of the team for about $6.5 billion.
Wow. A piece, not the entire thing, probably.
That's what it says.
Wow.
That makes the Lakers worth $10 billion. Tying them with the Dallas Cowboys as the most valuable team in sports.
Well, the Lakers are well known. Got some good players.
$10 billion, dadgum.
Yeah. And then also, let's see.
Did you see that about the car company?
The car company is now building rockets for space travel. Okay, Honda. They're pretty good on gas mileage. Maybe they'll have a rocket that doesn't use very much rocket fuel.
Well, it says they're the latest to get in the space business.
That's pretty cool. A lot of people are getting in the space business lately.
It said the company says it successfully launched a reusable rocket up to 1,000 feet, and it landed on Tuesday. The project still has a long way to go, before you fly it. But they're branching out and
that's interesting.
I guess getting in the space business.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Juneteenth is today.
You betcha.
Making the end of slavery in the U.S. It's also known as Freedom Day.
Okay.
This is when they signed the last document. I think it was in Texas to abolish slavery. Yeah.
Okay.
Federal offices, courthouse, post office will be closed. Banks and public schools are closed. Same with state and municipal offices, courts, and the DMV will be closed. Supermarkets, liquor stores, and malls are open for business in case you want to, drink on Thursday. UPS and FedEx will be delivering today, so they're not government. They can do whatever they want. Last day of spring is today.
Wow.
And I guess tomorrow will be the official day of summer.
The temperatures have officially marked that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. World Sauntering Day.
Saunter?
Go saunter. We're not going to just
That's kind of
stroll.
like. Is that kind of like sachet?
No, I think sauntering is much slower. Slower pace.
Sachet is.
I think sachet is a little fast.
Beamer knows how to saunter.
It's also Dump the Pump Day. Oh, leave the car at home and bypass the gas station.
Okay. Dump the pump.
And huge Hollywood auction.
All right.
Yeah, who cares?
We got a big show for you tomorrow, big Friday show. We're going to be coming back in about 23 hours, and we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody.